Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, March the 7th, 2023. Tuesday, March the 7th. Today was a okay day. It was just okay. Nothing to scream and shout about, right? But it was just one of those progression Tuesday days to where we have Adam is upstairs talking to Chelsea. And let me make sure I have that one right. Adam's talking to Chelsea. And because he's just coming to check up on her. Look, Adam's not working. Isn't it funny? All the non-working men gravitate to Chelsea's place from Adam to Billy, right? Because Chelsea says, listen, Adam, you know Connor's at school, right? And he goes, yeah, I just wanted to check on you, make sure you're doing okay. And he walks in and he sees she has a table set. He goes, oh, you're gonna invite me to lunch. And Chelsea just looks at him and he goes, well, yeah, that does look a little cozy, you know. And so he's looking at her, and now he's gonna talk about her spending so much time with Billy. And Chelsea's like, Adam, I'm in a good place. And I don't need your thoughts based on your hatred for Billy to even, you feel like you need to pull me in on that. Billy and I are friends. I value his friendship. And hey, that's it. Right. And so Adam is just saying, exactly. She goes, I'm putting in the work and I'm getting better. And so what Adam said, exactly, Chelsea, you're putting in the work, you're getting better. But we all know Billy Abbott has his own demons. He is a relationship wrecking ball. And I thought, okay, exactly. Good points, Adam, because the pot can call the kettle black, right? The pot can call the kettle black. Just like a wolf in sheepskin looks at another wolf and says, hey, cousin, right? Because you're a wolf and so am I, right? So she says, look, Billy's been there for me. Billy is here for me. I mean, I appreciate you being here for me too, but my life, right? So, of course, there's a knock on the door, but before the knock on the door happens, Billy is downstairs. Now, Billy's bringing flowers. He's stopping off to get Chelsea's favorite dessert treat from downstairs because she invited him to lunch, right? And so Sharon, and I'm happy Sharon is an equal opportunity therapist. See, she's like, I'm going to analyze you equally, all y'all equally, right? Like, come in with no, I'm not biased, right? So she said, oh, flowers and favorite treats. You must be going to see Chelsea. And he goes, well, these are store-bought flowers and, you know, her favorite coffee house treats. Let's not, read too much into it. And Sharon says, no, I'm not reading too much into it, but I see how much you go up there, Billy. Yeah, Billy. And she says, and, you and Chelsea have gotten awfully close. And so he goes, well, yes. And what's wrong with that? And she says, nothing's wrong with it, ordinarily. She said, you and Chelsea got together under intense, extreme circumstances. That within itself creates a bond, right? But you have to be careful. She was pretty much saying, you have to be careful it doesn't develop a dependency. Chelsea needs to be able to get better. And she goes, she's at a very crucial, fragile time right now, Billy. And as she's getting better, she needs to be getting better on her own because of, pretty much her own decision making is what you're saying, right? Not because you're the crutch. She's getting there only because she's got you like this, right? Getting her there in his own, working through his issues. See, because he brings his issues of her son's father in her decision making all the time, or tries to. Chelsea just doesn't let him ostracize Adam. See, she is strong enough, right? And so Sharon said, I'm just saying, Chelsea is dependent on you, and it could turn into too dependent on you. I just want you to be aware of that, Billy. Because Billy said, well, I do respect your opinion. She goes, and I'm not Chelsea's doctor, but I do see. And yes, I do have an opinion. And he goes, because it is a professional opinion. She's not like the nosy Burenista downstairs sticking her nose in everybody's business. Pretty much that coffee house is Sharon's office, right? It really is. It's Sharon's office. So Billy now shows upstairs with these flowers and her treat. He's knocking on the door, and Adam's standing there. And Chelsea says, Adam, because she says, come in. So Billy comes in, and Adam turns around, and he sees Billy with these flowers in his hand and this box of treats. And he looks, and Billy says, is everything okay, Chelsea? Everything okay in here, Chelsea? So Adam fully turns around and says, everything is just fine here, Billy. So Billy says, I'm not talking to you, Adam. Is everything okay, Chelsea? And Billy says, see, you resent the fact that I'm here. Chelsea is the mother of my son. Like I said, Adam, would you stop talking? And Chelsea's like, oh, Lord. Is everything okay here, Chelsea? And so Chelsea says, hey, you know what, guys? My house, my rules. And if you guys cannot treat each other with respect in my house, then I'm going to have to ask both y'all to leave. And I thought, good. Because you're going to come into the house, like Adam is saying, the house where my son lives and his mother lives, and we're a family, even though we're a family that doesn't live together. Billy's the only one not a part of the family, right? And you're going to really disrespect me in front of my face, look around me and look at her. Is everything okay? As if I came here to hurt her or mentally distress her. See, because in Billy being Billy, just Chelsea having conversations with Adam can't be a good thing. It's almost like what Adam was saying to Chelsea about Billy is what Billy says about Adam. They both feel the exact same way about each other and say the exact same things about each other to other people, right? So they both agree, and they said, no, sorry, Chelsea. And Adam's like, it's time for me to take my leave anyway, right? So Adam leaves. Adam then goes downstairs. This is the most interaction we've seen between Adam and Sharon. So Adam comes down, he's got his, little foul mood on, and Sharon says, oh, Adam, And so Adam says something a little snarky to her, but not like at her, but she could tell. So she goes, oh, you're still upset about Sally and the baby situation. It's got you there. He goes, no, it's not Sally and the baby situation at all. And so Sharon looks at him. He goes, it's Billy Abbott. He is constantly around Chelsea. Billy needs Chelsea to need him, which he was spot on with that. He says, Chelsea is getting it to be in a good place. And I'm happy But Billy's constant presence and interference, I feel it can't be good for her. And so she goes, let me guess, you told Chelsea that? And he goes, yes. And so Sharon's like, well, I had a similar conversation. I was down there talking to Billy. And what did you say? She goes, I'm not about to tell you. She's saying, the only thing I could say, Adam, is you can only control you. You can't control the situation between Sally and you. You can't control the situation between Chelsea and Billy. You can only control situations in decisions that you can make on your own. Those are the decisions that you need to think about. He goes, but you can't think that it's okay. And she still wouldn't get into that. Like, because he goes, you need to talk to Chelsea. Chelsea will listen to you. And Sharon just looked at him like, I'm not going to get into this with you. Because in Sharon's mind, she is thinking, probably I am going to talk to Chelsea. Because she wants Chelsea not to fall in the pitfall, right? Of that just dependency. But see, here's the thing. Chelsea is and she isn't, because Billy was upstairs and he's talking to her, and they're sitting eating lunch, and she's telling him about her pitch to Daniel, her idea, and he goes, okay, and he goes, but you do know, I mean, I still got to wonder, and he hadn't heard the whole conversation. Jill and Lily still are the deciding factor on Daniel's project. So I don't know if Daniel could, even if he likes your idea and wants it, that he has the say to make it do the green light on it. And so she goes, Lily was there. And Billy kind of looks. He goes, Lily was there. Uh-huh. I pitched it in front of Lily and Billy and Daniel. And he goes, and how did Lily react? Because Lily could be a little tough. She could be a little like iron fisted when it comes to business. And so Chelsea said, she actually seemed to like it. She asked a few questions, but she actually seemed as if she liked it. She didn't have anything negative to say about it, and she pretty much left it to Daniel. So Billy kind of, in his mind, he's thinking, okay, now, instead of me saying, Chelsea, do you think it's too much? Because she already said she talked it over with a therapist, and the therapist says it was fine. He instinctively, I could see he was a little bit jealous of that, because that's going to take time away from him, right? But he's sitting there, and what's going through his head was what Sharon was saying, that Chelsea should not become too dependent on him, and her whole world should not revolve around him, right? And so she's looking at him, she goes, Billy, what's going on? Something's up. Your energy's all different. It's all different from the last time we were together. What's going on? And so he decides to make this pivot. And he says, oh no, it's Jack made me an offer. And she goes, an offer? He offered me the co-COO job with him at Jabot. And I'm thinking about taking it. Because when he was critiquing what she was saying about, Lily and Chancellor Winters and the project, he goes, no, I'm sorry, that's my COO brain kicking in. Sorry. That's my corporate brain kicking in. Sorry. And so he told her, he goes, and I'm gonna take it. And she looked at him, she goes, really? You, the one that said you weren't fit for the corporate world, now you're saying you're going back to the corporate world. She goes, really? Now, see, before, remember, she wanted Billy to quit because it's not for you. Because when she really wanted him to do this podcast, do something with her. No, that's not you. No, no, no. The you will suffocate there. No, she said, okay. He goes, you know what? He says, it's my family's company and I want to work with my family again. So she goes, well, okay. You know, kind of like, look, it looks like we're both going to be doing something, right? And I thought, and so Billy's just looking at her and I'm like, see, but you're going back to Jabot for the wrong reason. You're going back to Jabot because if Chelsea now is busy development, because she's talking about how, yeah, she's going to be the visionary and she's going to have a development team that she's going to be working with, right? And so he realizes, I can't just hang around here, right? So I am going to need something to keep me busy. So he's going back to Jabot. But see, he's going to be going back to Jabot actually during a good time because Jack's head is not in the game. Jack is all over the place. His head, look, there's no room for anything other than DIANE. Nothing. There's no room for business, nothing, right? So he needs Billy to come in and run business. He'll run the business. So she goes, well, look, because initially, before he told her that, he goes, well, congratulations. She goes, no, and it's all because of you. You know, I have come this far because of you. You know, yes, I put in the work, but you know, this is actually, you know, for us. And that's when Billy did end up saying, and that's when she goes, what's going on? You know, what's up with you? And that's when he said what he said, because see, Chelsea needs to move forward in this next venture for Chelsea. That's not a Billy and Chelsea project, because for one thing, Lily would not let Billy back in the chancellor for that. And I wouldn't. No. That would be too much tension, too much strain. No. So Lily is meeting Daniel for a meeting at society. And in my mind, I thought, Lily, you have an office. And for almost over a year, we never saw you out of that office. You're the CEO and you're having a meeting with one of your new project developers. Have it in the office, Lily. So you'll get more office talk done. You'll get more work done. Have it in your office. You sitting behind your desk, him sitting in the chair talking to you, right? And it will prevent stuff like they're talking about X, Y, and Z and then Daniel he cannot have a conversation with Lily without talking about Devon. And, you know, I just really wish there was a way that you and your brother would, I know you, what about your brother? And, but she goes, look, Devon and I cannot talk. He goes, maybe if you could sit and he could get to see where you're coming from and hear you. And she goes, he doesn't hear me. He doesn't know I'm just trying to protect my company. And I'm thinking, that ain't your company, right? And she goes, and in reality, he's trying to do the same. We're on opposite playing fields. There is no meeting of the minds. And guess who's sitting at the bar eating lunch? Of course, Nate. You know, as if when Lily came in, because you know there's the glass panes that you can see. She could have seen Nate sitting right there, but nobody noticed Nate. Nate's hearing the whole thing. Which is another reason should have had a meeting in your office. So Lily leaves. Nate comes up to Daniel and says, Daniel, I'd like to talk to you. I think we both want the same thing. And Daniel turned and looks at Nate like, in other words, like, you were a sellout trying to sell Lily, and you know, you betrayed Devon and Lily. So Daniel just looks at him. And Nate's gonna say, I think there should be a way, you know, that they can get together. And see, what's gonna be interesting, guess what Nate's gonna do? Tucker McCall has offered Devon his company. See, that's how stuff just gets out. But There was a comment in Comment Corner last week where somebody feels Tucker wanted that to get out, because why would he have told Audra that? And I thought about it, and I thought, why did he tell her that? Devon hasn't said yes, no, maybe. Why would you let Newman know that that was in the mix? Because telling Audra was telling Newman, and Tucker knew it. So now Nate from Newman knows. Nate's going to tell Daniel. Daniel's going to tell Lily. So now Chancellor Winter's going to know. Interesting, right? That's going to happen. But ultimately, what's ultimate to me is I do believe Nate is going to probably be a catalyst and bringing Lily and Devon together. I do believe that, because they're not going to let that family feud last forever. They're just not. So we shall see. We'll see if Nate can continue in that, oh, I finally have a family that I don't want to betray and dominate. Okay. Now that idea is out of my head, I don't want to be alone. I miss my family. Oh, you do? Oh, poor thing. You do? Should have listened to Elena. You should have. So what was boring, super boring, didn't pay no attention to. Summer worked from home that morning. Kyle came back home to check on her because she was mad about she didn't even go in. I guess she left the coffee house and went back home because she's mad about what Sally told her. So she's telling Kyle what she said. And Kyle, Sally is just doing this, to get a rise out of me. And so Kyle is like, I don't think Sally got pregnant with you in mind, Summer. But Summer was right. She said, no, she couldn't wait to tell me. And she let me believe at first, the way she told me that it was my father's. Sally is still the same, yada, 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 yada. And so she's like, and why are you defending Sally? And he's like, I'm not defending Sally. He's just like, Sally's pregnant. Sally's going to be having a baby. Sally, obviously, from what you're saying, is in a tough position with one brother pregnant by another. I really don't think you are really coming into play. And he goes, and that's them. And so Summer's like, but she's only using my father. She's going to hurt. And I told her so. She this, she that. And Kyle's just looking at her, and then the doorbell rings. And he goes, were you expecting somebody? She said, no, but I bet I know who it is. Because see, while Summer's talking to Kyle, Sally's talking to Nick, sitting at Society in the chair with horrible posture, the way she was slumped over. And I thought, goodness, girl, sit up straight. You're crushing your abdomen, right? And so she's like, look, see, and it's funny, her and Diane, look, I ran into Summer and I told her, and Nick looked at her. He goes, I just felt that, you know what, I didn't want her to hear from anybody else. And I told her, I don't know if I knew she wasn't going to wish us well, but, and she didn't. And so therefore I just, and what she said, and she says that I'm using you as a placeholder, And so Nick is like, well, that's not what's happening. I'm looking out my window, everybody. Somebody looked like they were walking up to my door. Didn't know who that was. And so he's like, well, I'm sorry she said those things to you. But yeah, it's just, and then see, now we got to reassure Sally some more. Oh, I don't want to cause you. Oh, I'm not using this as an escape. Oh. And then he has to, no, Sally, you're not that way. That's not what's happening. And Summer, I'll talk to Summer. So, he was there to lay the law down on Summer and was telling Summer that, it's his life. Sally is not that way. Sally is not planning to trap him. Sally this, Sally that. And she goes, but Dad, I said she was causing confusion in your life and you're too good for that. And that is what's happening. And he's like, I'm with Sally because I want to be with Sally. Seriously. I know, Summer, Sally's younger than Noah, could be your sibling, but that's okay. Look, I'm a good dad. I raise kids. And I'm raising Sally. So we're good. We're good, honey. That's what he should have said. So anyway, that was it. That was all that happened on The Young and the Restless today. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. LaShunta says, I hope Stark doesn't think Phyllis is dumb because she's not. Don't you wait? Didn't you hear Michael telling Lauren she's a survivor and she will get it together? Yeah, they did say that, but they said after she goes through down her trail of destruction, right? LaShunta says, congratulations, Adam dropped the mic on Nick. Phyllis, do you? I love when you're bad. I want to know how Phyllis ended up with Stark when Michael went after her. I said that. How did that happen? I don't believe she was in the street or she would have been dead. I know. I think she just kind of maybe passed out sitting somewhere. And Stark is changing the whole narrative. Yes, Diane planted the seeds of murder in Jack's head. Everyone says Phyllis said she wanted Diane dead. No, Phyllis did say she wanted Diane dead. When she was sitting there with Lauren and Michael drunk, I want her dead. Dead. Phyllis said, oh, she wanted her dead. Look, everybody in Newman Towers pretty much could have almost heard her. Sally wanted Summer to know so bad, but I want to whine to Nick. I know, like, oh, I think I could have said about, shut up. Summer was right. Sally's using Nick to keep away from Adam. She loves Adam. He loves Sharon. Well, loved. He and Sharon haven't been together. They only want each other when they're with somebody else. Seriously. I think Billy rubbed salt in the wounds when he was talking to Phyllis. Yeah, and that's what got her to turn around and go back upstairs. Because LaShunta says, I think she was going to warn Jack. She probably was going to tell Jack about Stark's plan. I think so too, LaShunta. Kyle saw Billy and tried to get past, but Billy saw him. Kyle's going to be like Billy working with Jack. Wait, Kyle's not going to like Billy working with Jack. No, he's not. I like how Billy told Kyle Jill wasn't a mother to him. She shipped him off to boarding school. Remember Talia Morgan. Isn't that reporter? Annette says, so who will be killed off, Diane or Jeremy? Maybe Jack or Kyle. Any one of them is a target, but who is the killer? And that's going to be the burning question. I honestly believe that it'll be Stark, because unfortunately now with his plan he's trying to get Phyllis involved with, I don't think he's working with the feds. I think he's solo. Okay. And the true character that's dispensable in this whole thing is going to be Jeremy Stark, because he's not a regular on the show. Libby says, yes, red, perfect. No, I didn't see you on the GH celebration. I just thought red would be the perfect color for you. Well, you were right, Libby. Thank you. Thank you. And my joke about Sally's toe was following your mock of her calling Nick with a headache. You mimicked her calling him because she had a hurt toe. You're right. I don't remember all the things I say, everybody, because I'm saying them off the top of my head and I can't remember everything. But you're right. I did talk about the ridiculous calling. Looks like they're not going the way we thought with Jeremy, that he was getting out of jail to expose Diane as the mastermind of the money smuggling. I know. And I'm disappointed too. Seems like he's being portrayed as a cheap thug trying to threaten Phyllis about her drunken behavior and maybe set her up for in some kind of way. As annoying as Jack is and Diane, as annoying as Jack and Diane's interactions, this episode was worth watching because of Peter Bergman's acting is sensational. Even though Jack's lost his dang mind behind Diane, Bergman just tears my heart out the way he pleads his case. Yeah, but I just can't stand Jack like that, right? Looking forward to your Sunday special. Me too, Libby. Get out the information, all y'all, today. Love scene, or tomorrow. Love scene 1 1,000.1K. Yeah, it's actually at 1,012 subscribers. That's what I looked at when I looked at it today. So thank you all. Brooklyn says, Michelle Stafford is doing an amazing performance. It's obvious Phyllis will be blamed for interfering and leading Stark to the cabin. Oh, I didn't know that's the way they were going. Did you look ahead, Brooklyn? Where Diane and Stark, by texting Stark, well, the cabin, by texting Stark, and Phyllis's downfall because, again, Stark knows she's a wrecking ball. I didn't know his plan was going to happen that fast. That'll be interesting. Brooklyn says, wow, Miss Lady in a red cap, you're stunning with your stunning look in red, matches your lipstick. Oh, and my outfit looking fabulous. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. And Belinda says, congratulations, beautiful Nubian queen. You look amazing in red. May I ask, where'd you get your lovely headdress from? And I put in a reply, Amazon.com, and I even put the link. So it's from Amazon. Thank you, everybody. That's it for Comic Corner. Comic Corner. I will be back tomorrow for the next daily recap of The Young and the